Good evening. Welcome to your weekday summary of the day's most popular stories on the Bangkok Post. These are the top most viewed stories on March 14, 2022. The most popular story today is a story about fear over new bug strain. Health experts have sounded an alarm after the discovery of new mutation of the Omicron coronavirus variant in Hong Kong. Hong Kong has been hit by its worst COVID-19 wave to date, recording the world's highest coronavirus death rate. Deputy Chairman of a Senate Committee on Public Health said the Omicron has mutated into 3 subvariants. Most of the death in Hong Kong remains among the elderly and unvaccinated, but the new subvariant has yet to be found in Thailand. Thailand has more than 23,000 more new cases and a further of 66 deaths during the previous 24 hours. The second trending story is called Oil, War, Pandemic, Economic Cost Mount. The conflict in Ukraine delivered an oil price shock after 2 years of COVID-19, dealing businesses another body blow. The Russian invasion of Ukraine is sending economic shockwaves around the globe, with crude oil price at one point reaching $130 per barrel, hitting businesses already reeling from tepid consumption caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Aviation has been one of the hardest hit sectors during the past 2 years of the pandemic. Even though international and domestic flights have resumed in many countries, overall air traffic remains far below the level witnessed before the pandemic. President of Kasikorn Bank said, in a worst-case scenario, we would have to contend with global stagflation, which is a combination of accelerated inflation and an economic plunge at the same time. Also, contingency plans for energy and food security must also be put in place. PTT President said, Thailand has enough energy to keep economic activities going despite the escalating conflict for at least 2 months. The third most viewed story is Moscow threatens Western companies with arrests and seizures. Russian authorities facing potential economic calamity as Western sanction takes hold have threatened foreign companies hoping to withdraw from the country with arrests and asset seizures. Russian prosecutors have issued warning to several foreign entities via calls, letters, and in-person visits, including Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Procter & Gamble, IBM, and Yum Brands, which is the parent company of KFC and Pizza Hut. They have threatened to arrest officials who have criticized the government or to seize assets, including intellectual property. Russia has faced unprecedented sanctions imposed by Western governments after the invasion of Ukraine, with a growing list of companies announcing their withdrawal from the country or their plans to suspend activities there. Russian authorities have boosted efforts to prevent money from leaving the borders and to support the ruble, which has already seen significant drop in value against the dollar. And that's all from us for now. Thanks for listening to the headlines of the Bangkok Post. Stay tuned for more. Be sure to keep up with the latest news on bangkokpost.com website. I'm John from the Bangkok Post online team. Until next time, have a good evening and see you tomorrow.